Yes, darling, we can see in a good way. Go ahead. Please try to avoid the use of Spanish. Okay?
Okay. Hi, I am Miguel, and I'm going to give you a presentation about respect and responsibility. What is respect and responsibility? Respect are words and actions that shows the value you have from man or woman. Responsibility is the most important value in awareness. It's about keeping the worth by doing a duty. Job are a simple gift. Respect and responsibility are basic elements to create a durable and pleasant relationship. The samurais, the samurais believed that respect and responsibility were most important things an empire. Also, these values were considered as a sacred symbol, the name's balance. Finally, remember that respect and responsibility go hand with hand and are primary on a relationship. Like could be students, teacher, boyfriend, girlfriend, co, etc. And thanks. I was nervous.
Yes, you are nervous, but you don't have to be nervous. So, Miguel Angel, why did you present this to us? Why were you talking about these topics?
Perdóname un momento porque no se te escucha nada.
Okay, let's try again. Can you listen to me in a good way?
Espera, no sé qué dije, no sé qué dije. Espera. Acá. Ahora sí,
Okay, can you
dime algo.
listen to me? Try to avoid the Spanish, please. You are with 10th grade, so try to avoid the Spanish.
Ok, ya.
Can you listen to me?
Sí, yes, yes.
Yes? Okay, why were you talking about it? Why were you telling us about these topics? Just because you wanted, or it was something that you had to do?
Uf, profe, de verdad.
No idea?
Perdóneme,
Okay, don't worry. I
eh,
am going to leave you alone. Don't worry. Go to your class. It's okay. So thank you, Miguel Angel. Bye bye. Well, guys, now we can go with our class. Let's begin. As you know, my beautiful, beautiful babies, today we are going to begin with our final project. Yeah? So, in order to do it, I am going to share with you my screen and we are going to check the forum, we are going to check all the things that we have proposed for this final project. If you have questions, you just have to let me know, okay? Because maybe I talk fast, maybe you don't understand, so if you have questions, just let me know. Okay, I am going to share my screen with you. 1 second. Okay, that's it. Here we go. This is today's forum. Isa, can you please help me reading the instructions?
Okay,
Go ahead.
we are going to begin with the elaboration of our final project. This will be the development, I don't know,
Development. Develop.
develop in the hours of class, and it will test your language skills and your understanding of the units that we worked on the first semester. I'm sure that all of you are going to do a great job.
Okay, my dears. So, no, that's it. Um, we are going to begin with our final project. So, in general terms, the final project of this first semester is an sketch. Do you know what is an sketch? Do you know what is
Yes,
that?
a little video.
It's like a video, but not just a video of you talking about something. Have you ever seen, for example, this YouTube channel that is called Enchufe TV?
Yes.
That's an sketch. I mean, they are not just talking in front of the camera. They are doing something. So that's what I expect you to do on this final project. The main topic of the sketch is fake news. Do you remember that through the semester we worked for about 2 weeks with fake news? Yes? You remember that? Okay, so that's the main topic of our final project, fake news. You are going to create a sketch talking about fake news. That's the main topic. So you can make your sketch, for example, talking about how fake news are generated, or who investigates fake news, or maybe who creates fake news, or maybe you can create a sketch of a person who believes in a fake news and now he's handled or she is handling with some consequences. It doesn't matter. You can decide.
And the video had to tiene que dar risa.
Well, it will be nice if it makes us laugh because it's a sketch. But most important than that is the fact that I want it to be well developed. Because not all these sketches are like funny sketches, but they are interesting. You don't have to make us laugh, but it has to be interesting and it has to be well done. Okay? Do you have any question up to this point? So, as you don't have questions, I am going to show you two examples in order to clarify a little bit more the things that I am expecting. The first example is in... Tell me. Did you want to say something, baby?
You can explain again?
Yes. The final project is, the final product of the final project is a sketch. And a sketch is a video where you are going to show a situation like the videos of Enchufe TV, but the main topic is fake news. Okay? It has to be an interesting video, it has to be well developed, and in order to clarify the expected product for you, I am going to show you two examples. The first example is in Spanish, and the second example is in English. These are two different sketches, but both sketches are related to fake news. So I am going to open the first video. Please let me know. I am just going to play.
¿Qué vieron que se murió
Like,
Messi?
¿Qué?
Sorry, the first part. And please let me know if you can listen in a good way. Okay, guys? So give me 1 second. I am going to play just some seconds.
¿Qué vieron que se murió Messi?
¿Qué?
Ay, sí, lo vi, qué garrón.
¿Eh?
Pobre pibe.
Sí, igual. Mucho no había ganado.
Can you listen in a good way, guys?
A little teacher.
So let me try to turn up the volume. Let's try again.
No, chabón. Lionel Messi.
Murió Messi, boludo.
Lionel Messi no se murió. No,
Sí.
Can you listen better now?
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to check just a part of this first example.
Messi está vivo.
¿Murió?
Tampoco que era Maradona. ¿Sí, esto está chequeado o...?
Sí, me llegó por WhatsApp, mira.
Ah, ok. No, chicos, esto es una fake
Te
news.
digo vos que sabes de fútbol. ¿Messi se murió o no se
Sí,
murió?
sí, sí, murió Messi.
No, claro, es como una noticia que se viraliza pero que no es
En
real.
Ibiza este fin de semana.
¿En una fiesta electrónica?
No.
Uy, quedó muy manija con viste, lo de la Conmebol.
¿Eh?
Como nada, clavo pasti, como una mala rola.
Wow, no.
Chau pula.
No tires más nombres propios.
Mira, a mí me llega de una fuente de confianza,
En
¿no?
serio, ¿de qué fuente de confianza?
De Diego.
¿Qué hace ella?
Ok, Diego, ¿y a vos quién te mandó esto?
Tengo el derecho a no revelar mi fuente.
Sí, vos no sos periodista.
Bueno, ok, me lo mandó Lucía.
¿Qué haces, Guille?
Bueno, ok, chicos, me parece que tal vez deberíamos ser como un poco más cuidadosos con la información que estamos difundiendo. como estamos
Pará.
ahí.
A ver si me queda claro.
Lo que compartimos,
Soy yo que
me parece que hay que
mal, capaz.
chequearlo 2 veces.
¿Vos querés censurar WhatsApp.
No es lo que
¿Quieres hacer
dije.
una conadep de WhatsApp?
No.
¿Vos de verdad crees que porque sos vegano
¿Eh?
sos superior al resto?
No, yo no soy vegano.
Entonces, ¿por qué hiciste el acto terrorista a la red?
¿Qué?
Ok, yo ahora mismo esta noticia, ¿sí? Lo estoy mandando al grupo de WhatsApp.
Pero estás inventando.
Listo.
Es imposible que un ciudadano con educación media se crea eso.
Guille, ¿vos sos activista vegano?
Mira, de tu madre, ¿en serio?
Boludo, no lo puedo creer, parecías re normal.
Ah, bueno, vos te cagás en los gauchos, en Martín Fierro, en las tradiciones. En
¡Es una fake news! ¡Yo no soy vegano y nunca fui a la rural!
Okay, guys, that's the first example. If you realize they have a situation and the partners, I mean, he's in front of them and they are just spreading fake news like crazy ones. That's the first way that you can do it. That's an example of fake news sketch. I am going to show you a second example. This is in English. This is another way that you can use to do it. So the first one was like how fake news are generated. Tell me, princess, what happened? Give me 1 second. Like, first of all, try to speak in English. Second, it's like in 3 weeks. I mean, the due date is more or less in 3 weeks. So don't worry, we have time. That's the reason why we are beginning with this now. 3 weeks. Any other question, guys? Okay, I am going to show you another way that you can use to create your fake news sketch. In this case, this is people who are supposedly investigating fake news. So, check it.
Africa is Atlantis.
I've always thought that.
Okay, people, what have you got for me?
So, I have been working on this story about how Harry Reid is a murdering Satanist, fascist, rapist, atheist. Is that too many things?
I don't think that's enough things. Chris, what have you got?
Donald Trump says what?
It's a good start. What does he say?
I don't know.
Alright, we'll figure it out by 2, and it better not be true this time.
Oh, come on. Everything the guy says sounds fake.
That's not my problem. Terry.
I'm working on a story on conflicts of interest in government.
Why? No, Terry, I looked at your earlier work on this piece. I don't think there's not a story there.
How can you say that? There's barely anything here. It's almost all fake.
No, this is thoughtful journalism, and I'm looking for sub-tabloid schlock.
I just wrote 5 stories.
This is what I'm looking for. Can you do that for me for once? Thank you.
Peter, take a look at this.
Where did you get this?
I made it up.
Holy shit. How deep does this thing go?
As deep as you want. As deep as you want.
My God. Okay. Change of plans, people. I want everyone working as Pope Corruption Beat.
What about my conflict of interest story?
Oh, what about it, Terry? What about it? This isn't the Times, for Christ's sake. This is patriotnews.info. We don't have a reputation to uphold. Look at those awards. You see that? A lot of sweat and blood went into photoshopping those awards.
This story could define my career!
Oh, your career. This is bigger than you, kid. Why'd you get into fake news in the first place?
Honestly, I don't know. It's crazy that it exists.
Well, I'll tell you why I do it. I do this because I believe the truth is powerful, and it takes constant vigilance to drown out that truth with noise. I do this because the powerless deserve a voice. And maybe that voice should be a crazy, wackadoo, coked-up conspiracy theorist meth head with a bad sense of humor. I do this because I believe that politicians should be held accountable for the things we say they did, whether or not they actually did those things. You're a fake news man. Start acting like one.
I don't have sources.
What did you say?
Sources. Hundreds of them. All of them totally non-existent. I don't have quotes from named figures. I don't have peer-reviewed studies. I even don't have video evidence. And none of it points to a worldwide conspiracy of the highest institutions of power. Including you, Pete.
Piss off a lot of people running a story like that. Which would probably get us a lot of clicks, so it gives it
So that's the other example, dears. That's the other way that you can use to create your video. So in this case, if you realize they were a group who were creating fake news just because they wanted visits, like clicks. Questions up to this point, guys? Okay. Of course, you can make your video whatever you want. Tell me. English, please. Can you repeat?
Espera, a ver, profe. Ya pienso y se lo digo.
Okay. Any other question while he's thinking? Well, guys, we have 3 weeks to develop our final project. This week we are going to begin with the development because, of course, to get to the sketch, we have to fill with some phases first. So I am going to let you know about the phases of the project, and this is going to be done in a general way because I am going to explain
Teacher.
phase by phase. Tell me, baby.
For when is that?
This is like, as I was telling you, for 3 weeks. I mean, in 3 weeks you have to deliver this. I am going to give you the exactly due date. It's for the week between 22nd and 26th June. It's in that week because you leave to vacation on 26th June. So on that week we are going to be presenting our final project. Yes? So we have time to do it. Of course we have time to do it. Any other question, guys? No more questions? Okay. Well, my dears, I am going to explain to you the phases of the project that are these ones. We have 5 phases, as usual, in each project. So, number 1, top 10 fake news. What are we going to do? We are going to create a top 10 of those fake news that has impact humanity, that had impact the world through the history. Those fake news that have been written in such a good way that everyone believed it and that had consequences for the world. Okay? I am going to tell you more on the next hour. No, not in the next hour, in some minutes. That is the first part. This has to be done with good quality. Tell me.
And it is also for groups?
No, this is individual.
Okay.
Okay? In your sketch, give me 1 second. Before I continue, I want to tell you something. If you can include your family on your sketch, it will be really nice. I mean, of course, they don't have to talk. If you want to make them to talk, well, you can do it. But they don't have to talk. You can say everything, you can do all the narrative. But if you can include them in your sketch, it will be really, really nice. If you can't, well, don't worry. But if you can do it, try to do it. Let's continue. Baby, did you have a question? You don't understand what? Can you please repeat?
Teacher, I don't understand one thing. Is a text that shows the false news or what?
I don't understand your question. Can you please repeat?
This project
Mm-hmm.
is a text that shows the false news.
It's a sketch. I mean, the final product is a sketch.
Please,
What, baby?
you can explain the sketch?
Yes, it's a sketch.
What?
Did you check the 2 examples that I gave you, the 2 videos that I show you? It's something like that.
Okay.
I mean, that's the
A
final
video?
product, a video and a sketch. Because a video, it can be just you talking, and that's not what I want. I want a sketch. I want you acting and everything. That's the reason why I'm telling you that if you can include your family, it will be nice. If you can't, well, don't worry. But the final product is something like these videos. I gave you just 2 examples, but you can create the situation that you want. Yeah? The most important thing is that it has to be with fake news. Now I am going to explain the phases of the project, okay? Because as this is a final project, you are not going to just to record something and that's it. We have to fill some phases, vamos a cumplir como unas fases primero, in order to be able to arrive to the sketch in a good way. Questions up to this point? Okay. Well, tell me, baby.
Yeah, we have to do the libreto, por decirlo así.
Yes, but no yet. I mean, this is step number 4. Oh, sorry, number 3, if you can see. So, yes, of course, you have to create an script, but give me 1 second. I am going to explain step by step. Yes? So, step number 1 is top 10 fake news. So, as I was telling you, you are going to create a top 10 with good quality of those fake news that has like commotion the world, those fake news that were believed and that had some consequences. Those fake news. You are going to create your top 10. That means that you have to do a little research about it. You have to Google it and you have to look on good sources. Please don't look for fake news. You have to look and check information in reliable sources about this fake news that has commotion the world, that has created consequences because people have believed it. I am going to tell you a bit more of this first step in some minutes, but in general terms is that, a top 10. Then the step number 2 is to create a manual or a guide to identify fake news, to spot fake news, a guide to spot fake news. So you are going to create some tips for people to avoid fake news. Do you remember that we even watched a video about it? To avoid fake news and everything? Well, here you are going to write, this is a writing thing, it's a manual to identify fake news. That's the general idea. I am going to explain you more about step number 2 as soon as we are going to begin with step number 2. Not now because you are going to get confused. But in general terms, tell me, baby.
In the first step, I don't understand. It's to look for a top 10.
You are going to look for those fake news that had impacted the world, and you are going to create your own top 10. You are not going to look for top 10 of fake news. No, you are going to look for information and you are going to create your own top 10, taking into account the information that you are collecting. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, baby. So, step number 2, in general terms, is the creation of a manual or a guide to spot fake news. I am going to let you know more about it, like maybe in 2 days. The step number 3, as soon as we finish with this, we are going to begin with the step number 3, that is the sketch script. Do you remember what is the meaning of a script? Natalia, say it.
El libreto o el diálogo.
That's it, like el guion. You have to create this script because you have to tell me the general idea of your sketch. You are going to tell me, for example, okay, teacher, so I am going to create a sketch talking about a guy who believed that biological weapons were true. Well, I don't know. You have to tell me the situation. You have to let me know a bit about the dialogues. You have to show me the general terms of your sketch. And I am going to check it, I am going to approve it, I am going to give you some feedback. You are not going to be alone on this. Yeah? You are going to record as soon as you have everything approved. So step number 3 is the script of the sketch. And as soon as we finish with these 3 steps, as soon as we have fake news extremely clear, how to avoid it, how to make it, how to everything, as soon as you have your script approved and everything, we are going to begin with the sketch recording. Yeah? So you are going to have time to record your sketch. You are going to have time to do it, you are going to have time to edit it, you are going to have time to do basically everything, okay, guys? So, it's really nice for us to begin with this final project now because you are going to have like 1 week more than other projects. Okay, guys? You are going to record the sketch and then you are going, like the 5th step is that you are going to have the final presentation that is going to be done in the week between 22nd and 26th June. Questions? Are you sure you don't have any
Teacher,
question?
I have a question.
Tell me, baby.
Teacher, we have to put our face in the video, or we only can speak?
Well, baby, this is a sketch, so you have to act and everything. Of course, you should be in the video. So a sketch is like those videos of Enchufe TV or the videos that I just show you. You have to be in the video. You can just talk. But maybe if you make all your family act and you just have to narrate everything, well, you can do it that way. That's another way to do it if you don't want to be in front of the camera. But it's up to you. I mean, if you find a way to make them act while you tell everything, well, I'm hoping to see it. Okay, Gabby?
Okay, teacher.
Any other question, guys? This is the moment to ask. If you don't have questions, we are going to continue.
Teacher, really? I didn't understand that.
Which part?
No, o sea, sí entiendo y al tiempo no, todo el proyecto. O sea, sé que we have to create a top 10 of fake news, and later we have to create like a manual of instructions to identify fake news. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
And the 3-step we have to, no, I don't understand the 3-step.
This is, as the final product is a sketch, is the video of the sketch, we are going to fill some phases in order to do it. So the first one is the top 10, the second one is the manual, and the third one is the sketch script. So in this part, you are going to write about your sketch. You are going to tell me how your sketch is going to be. Yes? So for example, let's imagine that you invented, do you remember the first example that I showed you, the one of Messi?
Yes.
So let's imagine that that's your sketch. You have to tell me the script. So you have to write, okay, my sketch is going to be about a group of friends who are talking in, I don't know, in the office, and suddenly one of them says that Lionel Messi died. But there is one person who knows that it's a fake, that those are fake news, but the rest of the group is believing everything, and you have to explain everything on this script. You have to tell me the general idea of your sketch. Because I am going to check it and I am going to tell you, okay, baby, you can do it that way. Or I am going to tell you, no, I guess that you can change your idea because this is not related with the expected product. Or yes, this is a way to show me how are you going to record. What's your idea to do the sketch? Okay, princess, is it clear now?
Okay.
So as soon as you have this, as soon as I approve it, you can begin with the recording. Okay?
But teacher, in the third one, we have to write like a, how do you say guion? Like a guion?
A script.
Okay, yes. Okay, ya entendí.
Okay? So as soon as you finish with that, you are going to record and then you are going to present. It will be really, really nice, en serio, if you can include your families, it will be really nice. I want you to work together. I want them to be part.
I have a question.
Tell me.
The video only solo la vas a ver tú, yes?
No. We are going to, all of us. That's the idea. I want us, the ideal thing for me is to arrive to that week of between the 22nd and the 26th, and it's to play the video for all of you because that's your work. That will be really nice. I hope to have time for that. Just the group, not everyone else. Just the group, just us, just 10B. But if we don't have time, well, I suppose that I am going to be the only one watching the videos. But it will be really nice if we can share it. Any other question, guys? Are you sure? 100% sure? Okay. So if you don't have more questions, I guess that we can begin right now with phase number 1. Ready, my dears? So here we go. We are going to be working on this phase number 1 between this first hour and the second hour. You are going to have a lot of time to do it, okay? So let's go. Phase number 1. Each one of you, as I was telling you, must create a top 10 of fake news that had impacted the world. But you are going to do it with good quality. I mean, I don't want just a Word format, a Word page on white. No, and if you, of course, you can do it in Word, but beautiful. Try to do it in a beautiful way, okay? Because this is going to be an attractive top 10. I am going to show you some examples. My suggestion is to use pages like Canva. As you know, you can do a lot of things. So I am going to show you an example. This is of course not fake news, but it's related to news. It's like an example for you to know what to do. So let's imagine, tell me.
Why we have to create a poster?
It's not a poster, it's like a top 10 count. Vas a hacer como un conteo de un top 10. Yes? Why? Because in that way, you are going to know some news and you can get inspiration from that news. Let's imagine that you are using one of those news to create your sketch. Let's say that one of those news is that one of the most important fake news is that ovnis are going to attack Earth in the next week, and that everyone is believing that. So you can create a
Teacher,
sketch about it.
can I choose one of them? O sea, yo hago la lista y I choose one of them.
You can do it. If you want to create your sketch taking into account one of the news that you wrote, you can do it.
Teacher,
Tell me.
but teacher, I mean, we have to record ourselves and act like in the video, or we can just make a post.
No, this is like a complete project, guys. It has phases. You have to do the top 10, you have to do the manual, you have to do the sketch. That is the final product. You can just decide what to do. You have to do everything. Okay? So all of you has to give me a video at the end of the project. Any other question, guys? Okay, so I am going to continue with the explanation of phase 1. This is just to give you inspiration, yeah? This is for you to know how fake news can impact our lives. Why do you need to do this? Because you need to create a manual. And you are not going to be able to create this manual to identify fake news, to spot fake news, to give tips to avoid fake news, if you don't know how fake news can affect the entire humanity. This is a process. So the first part of the process is the creation of the top 10. And as I'm telling you, it has to be done with good quality. So let's imagine this. Top 10 of fake news. And then I have to be able to change. Number 1, and you can write really, really big the first fake news. And then you have to explain me a bit about it. Number 2, blah, 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 así. This is one example, one way to do it. Maybe you can do it in a different way. Go back to the first page. Top 10 fake news. And you have, number 1, you write the fake news. And then you have to explain me about it. Number 2, you write the fake news. And then you have to explain me about it. Can you see? This is good. This is done with a good quality. Did you have any question about it, guys? Yes or no? I really need to know because you are super quiet and that's worry. I'm worried because of that. So please let me know if you have any question. No questions at all? Well guys, if you don't have questions, we are going to begin right now with this first step, with this first phase of our final project. Yeah? I need you to go to make some research to create your tell me baby.
One question, teacher.
Tell me.
I going to begin with the project in this moment or tomorrow?
today, right now.
Okay. But the first part of the project is a
The top 10.
poster.
Not a poster, it's a top 10. Done with
You
good
can
quality.
explain more of this topic, please, teacher?
Yeah, sure. How do you make a top 10? A top 10 are 10 things that you want to present somehow. You can create just a list. Top 10 of most beautiful places around the world, and you have 10 places. Top 10 of more delicious foods around the world, and you have 10 foods. What you are going to do
Okay.
is a top 10 of fake news that had impacted the world. So you are going to look for information. What are the most important fake news that we have had? Because in the history you can find fake news that people believe and that make them went crazy. Hay noticias falsas en la historia que las personas han creído y que ha traído muchísimas consecuencias a pesar de que no eran verdad. Eso es lo que van a hacer. Un top 10 mostrando esas noticias que han causado impacto en la historia y que han traído consecuencias, como las 10 fake news más importantes o las 10 fake news que más revuelo han causado en los últimos años o en la historia, ya tú decides. That's what you are going to do. But it has to be done with good quality. Lo tienen que hacer bonito. No solo un documento en Word y una lista, uno, esto, dos, esto, tres, esto, no. Por eso les estaba mostrando ejemplos de Canva que puedan poner como top 10 y que yo lo pueda pasar y que diga number 1, this. I can click the next one and you are going to explain me a bit about that fake news. Number 2, this.
Teacher,
And that's it. Tell me.
eh, if the world don't know if no, the news are really or fake.
That's the reason why you are talking about past fake news, past events. So fake news that people believe in at some point of history and that bring consequences, but now you know that it was fake, that it wasn't true. Yeah? Yes,
O
vale.
sea, no pueden ser actuality.
Puede ser actuales, pero solo si sabes que son noticias falsas. Pero como te digo, la idea es mirar esas noticias que han sido como importantes en la historia. It's really easy to find, guys. You just have to Google it. I mean, if you write fake news that has impacted the story or the history, you are going to find it. Okay, I'm going to check the other questions. Juan David, I am going to beg you to speak in English or to write in English. So no, you don't have to record yourself doing that. No te tienes que grabar haciendo el top 10. El recording, el sketch, es el producto final, lo que van a entregar de aquí a 3 semanas. Pero para el proyecto final, como es un proyecto, tenemos diferentes fases. La fase 1 es este top 10. No te tienes que grabar haciendo absolutamente nada en este momento, solo tienes que crear el top 10 de acuerdo a las instrucciones que les di, ¿ok? And what is the same question of Isa? María José. I don't understand. Majo, I can't listen to you in a good way, baby. Majo, can you please write? Because I don't know. There is something happening with your microphone and I can listen to you in a good way. So can you please type the question on the chat in English, please? That way I am going to be able to answer it. Guys, do you have any other questions? Okay. Please use English. So you don't have to record anything today. This week you are not going to record anything. Yeah? So you are just going to begin with the first step of the final project. Questions? Don't worry. No more questions? Okay guys, so please go work. If you have any question, just open the microphone and let me know. I am going to be here the entire time. You are not going to be alone, so just let me know. Okay, go ahead and work.
Teacher,
Tell me, princess.
¿Hasta cuándo tenemos para mandarte this activity?
Don't worry, I am going to tell you when. I mean, we are going to be working on that this first hour, and we are going to have time to work on that on the second hour too. Okay? So you are going to be working on that. And the idea is to be able to present this top 10 tomorrow in class. But tomorrow you are going to have like some extra minutes to finish if you haven't. Yeah? So this is going to be done in class. This is not homework. No, Majo, no yet. You are doing a top 10, not a sketch, a top 10. So go and focus on each step. Don't bring steps, no se me brinquen fases. Yes, you can use all the news from one website. I mean, don't forget that it's important. I mean, at the end of all the top, please add the source where you took the information. Don't forget about it, otherwise.
Teacher, so what do we start with? What?
Right now, you have to begin with the top 10. And that's it.
Okay, in for example, in a picture or what?
Did you see the examples that I show you of the workshops that were of the works that were in Canva, or did you want me to show you again?
Okay, o sea, I can make the top 10 in a, for example, you remember that I think and do the poster of Dubai in another app. You remember, teacher?
Yes, I remember. You can do it there. I mean, my suggestion is Canva because it's really easy to use. But if you want to use a different place to do it, you can do it. I mean, the most important thing for me is that I want that top 10 beautiful, I want it attractive, and I want the explanation. So you can write
but
number 1.
Is real news or I can invent?
Real news. No, you can invent it. Because you are going to make a research. You are going to check those fake news that had impacted the story.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Okay. Let me check. Value Rego, I don't understand your question. Is this your idea for the sketch? Because if that's your idea for the sketch, we are not yet in that part. Right now, you are just doing a top 10. And that's it. Yeah? So you are going to tell me about your ideas of the sketch on step number 3. Right now, please, everyone just focus on the top 10. Okay, guys, don't forget, if you have questions, just let me know. Isa, questions?
Yes, cuando we have to send you that in 3 weeks, but when we
this step?
Go out. No, the project. But when we are going to go out to holidays.
You are going to go on vacation on June 26th.
Okay.
Okay. And you are going to have vacations 2 weeks and then you are going to return.
Teacher, why only 2 weeks?
Because you had 1 week before, no, sorry, after Holy Week. Did you remember?
Okay, yes.
So that's the reason why. Keep working, my dears. You are doing a great job.